How do you define the word success? Welcome to the Relive the Moments podcast. I'm John Lim. I want to thank you for being here today. You could be anywhere, doing anything, and yet you've chosen to spend these moments with me. That means something, not just to me, but maybe also to you. Because if you're here, you're likely ready for something more, something deeper, something real. This episode is called Vulnerability Equals Power. And that phrase alone, it's powerful. But I'll be honest, it didn't always resonate with me. In fact, I spent most of my life believing the opposite. I didn't grow up in an environment where vulnerability was celebrated. I didn't see it modeled in ways that felt safe or smart. I grew up where vulnerability was a risk, a threat, a crack in your armor that could be exploited. In my neighborhood, showing emotion was like opening your front door in the middle of the night and just hoping no one walked in. You learned quickly, don't cry, don't complain, don't pause. And definitely don't expose what you're really feeling. Because out there, that could get you jumped. That could get you robbed. That could get you humiliated. So like many of us, I adapted. I built walls, thick ones. I put on a mask of confidence, toughness, and I got this energy. Even when deep down, I was tired, or scared, or overwhelmed. I learned how to perform strength instead of living in it. For a long time, that worked. Or at least I thought it did. I kept things together. I got by. I hit milestones, earned respect, and wore my resilience like a badge of honor. But here's the truth. I didn't realize then. The armor I built wasn't just keeping out danger. It was also keeping out the very things I needed most. Joy, love, connection, peace. All the things that make life rich were quietly being blocked by the walls I thought were protecting me. Then, something happened when I was 35. It wasn't a tragedy. It wasn't a dramatic collapse. It was what I call a life nudge. A major life challenge that didn't knock me down, but made me pay attention. It was a speed bump. One of those moments where life taps you on the shoulder and says, slow down, something needs to change. And it wasn't obvious at first. It didn't scream or explode, but it echoed. I started to feel a disconnect between the image I was projecting and the person I was becoming. I was achieving more, sure, but I wasn't feeling more. I wasn't connected to myself, to others, to anything meaningful beneath the surface. That's when I found the work of Brené Brown. And honestly, her words hit like truth I had been trying to ignore for years. Vulnerability is not weakness, she said. It's our greatest measure of courage. And in that moment, I didn't just hear it. I felt it. It challenged everything I thought I knew about strength. Because strength, to me, had always looked like silence. Stoicism. Holding it together. Pushing through. But what if strength could also look like softness? Like honesty? Like saying, I'm not okay and I need support? That thought terrified me. But it also freed me. So I started small. I began letting people in, a little here, a little there. And then something incredible happened. People didn't reject me. They didn't run. They didn't laugh. They leaned in because vulnerability is magnetic. It draws the right people closer and filters out the ones who can't hold it. Even Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, a literal global icon, has shared his own struggles, his battles with depression, his moments of doubt. And people don't lose respect for him. They love him more because he's real. And that's what we need more of. Not more polished personas, not more highlight reels. We need real. We need people who are willing to say, here's where I'm at, and here's what I'm learning. So I began to practice that, to live that. And it wasn't easy. Vulnerability takes work. It takes rewiring. It takes unlearning, decades of survival strategies. But it also creates breakthroughs. It builds bridges. It opens hearts. And that's when I truly started to live. Not perform, not hustle, not manage, but live. So let me ask you this. What does your armor look like? Is it the smile you wear when you're not okay? Is it the silence you keep when you're hurting? Is it the grind you stay buried in so you don't have to feel? Whatever it is, ask yourself this. What is it protecting you from? And what is it costing you? Because for me, it cost me years. It cost me closeness. It cost me connection I didn't even know I was starving for. But once I started telling the truth about my fears, my struggles, my hopes, something shifted. People stopped seeing me as untouchable and started seeing me as human. And you know what? That was the best thing that ever happened to me. Because vulnerability, it's not the end of power. It's the beginning of real power. It's the beginning of being seen, of being heard, of being known, and most importantly, of being free. So if you're listening to this right now, and there's something you've been carrying, maybe it's shame, maybe it's fear, maybe it's the weight of perfection, or a performance, or pain, let this be your permission to set it down. You don't need to have it all together to be worthy. You don't need to be unbreakable to be respected. You don't need to be perfect to be powerful. You just need to be honest. Honest with yourself. Honest with others. Honest with the people who love you. And that's what builds legacy. Not the polished version of you, but the real you. So today, start small. Say one true thing. Ask one brave question. Take off one layer of the mask. Because vulnerability isn't weakness. It's the truest form of strength there is. And in that space, that sacred space of honesty and humanity, you will not lose power. You will find it. That's how we heal. That's how we lead. That's how we relive the moments that matter. Thank you for listening to this today. And if it spoke to you, please don't keep it to yourself. Share it, talk about it, live it. Until next time, stay open, stay strong, and stay real.